I got this one. Sisters and brothers, welcome. I want to welcome you. I want to start by giving my thanks and praises to everybody that was in Iraq, and now thank you, Joe Biden, for getting them out. Please get all the Americans out safely. But it's time to get into business, right, baby?
Correcto.
Alright, here's the business. Right now, we are actually at a cultural crossroad. This is going to be a very interesting episode. So, let me define, okay? Let me define cultural. The arts and other manifestations of human intellectual achievements regarded collectively. Okay? Number 2, the custom and social instructions and achievements of a particular, you got to understand this part, of a particular nation, people, or other social group. Let me state that again. The custom, art, social institutions, and achievements of particular nations, for example, America, we strived and made incredible achievements. So people or other social groups, nations, people, or other social groups. So I believe we are at a cultural. I don't believe this. We are in a cultural crossroad. What do you think?
A cultural.
Let me explain this real quick. The problem with a cultural crossroad is this. Okay. People are so proud to be, for example, Italian. Okay, I'm Italian, but I'm not like super like in your face. I'm Italian, this, that, and the other. That's not me. So we're at a cultural crossroads, being in a melting pot. And basically, here's the problem. It said on right here. What does it say? It says, listen carefully. The custom and social institutions and achievements of a particular nation. So if we keep, shout out to the Israelites. I'm Israelite. Shout out to my Israelites. But
you can always change your mind.
Hear me out though.
Right.
No fingers being pointed back at me. All these things that we've done. So for example, I'm English, Irish, Italian. What else do I have in me? I'm Scandinavian. I found out all types of things that I didn't even know I was. So people are out there repping, oh, I'm Italian. But you're not fully Italian. You're American. That's what you are. You're American. So here's where the cultural crossroad comes in. If we don't get together, because you have to understand, America is a melting pot. If you understand, America is a melting pot. So with America being a melting pot, this means, well, we have Black Lives Matter, we have all this crazy shit. That's the problem, okay? And why am I saying that's the problem with Black Lives Matter? Because one, every life matters. That's a fact, okay? But here's where it really gets deep. When everybody's so proud of where they came from and they don't recognize they're American and they're living in America, they're really just American. Your heritage. And this goes for black people individually. Black people. I'm Black Irish. They enslaved the Black Irish in Ireland. So my ancestry has slavery in it too, but you don't see me complaining. And yes, I'm not going to get into all that. So, but what do you think about the cultural? Yeah.
Well, for instance, I know someone who doesn't believe in the word black anymore. She's not black, she's brown.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
You said that. She's
American. A lot of
American.
people are disagreeing with that word.
What?
And they don't like the word black anymore. They want to be brown.
Yeah, but didn't she say she was saying she's an American? I don't know.
You can explain.
No, I don't explain. No, go ahead. I'm curious because she said she was like an American, like I don't remember. Do you remember what you were telling me? No? Yes, no, maybe so. So if you're getting the picture now, you get the picture? Look. We got this set up. If you're understanding what I'm saying, and obviously you probably do, we're never going to progress as the human species if we keep this up. This is going to be a problem, and the biggest problem with this is this could be the end of, this will eventually be the end, it could be the end of civilization if we keep this shit up. So you got to remember, the reason, why do I say brothers and sisters, babe?
Because we're all God's family.
Amen. Because we're all God's family. Under the eyes of God, we are his children. You understand what I'm saying? I'm sure you do at this point. So my point is, we're at a cultural crossroads. So right now, I believe this is what's going to happen, is that you're going to see probably more well, just like you just said, with the people saying, look, I'm American, I'm not black, right?
Well, there's just more and more people not picking up their lives than there are the people that are picking up their lives.
But what do you mean?
Well, I'm saying there's less married people out there than there are not married people.
Yeah, I suppose I see how the cultural behind that, and that could be one day dead. I never even thought about that. That could eventually die in marriage, and you have a life partner, which isn't a problem. But I think marriage, that would be horrible if it died. But anyways, my point is, this cultural crossroad, I believe what you're going to start seeing is people with, representing, because right now, shout out to America. America's not doing bad. And I want to give my thanks and praises again to everybody, but specifically the troops that fought in Afghanistan. We should have never been there. It's not my business, but I want to welcome everybody home. And congratulations, like, you all made it home, because I remember when all this happened. And so look at the culture that they have. The Taliban took over. The Taliban is a ruthless culture. Like, they have, like, it's not Taliban culture, it's Middle Eastern culture. They're ruthless. So now you see, but you have to understand, we're in a melting pot. They're not. They look all alike. You know what I mean? They do. And I don't mean like when a white person says like Mexicans or black people look all alike. That's not what I mean at all. But they do look all alike because they're Middle Eastern, and we live in a melting pot, which is very special, because we have Chinese people, we have black people, we have Asian. I can go on. We have every type of person in this country. Freaking what am I trying to say? Name some. Like
for instance, Ebonics. There's going
to
be new slangs.
There's going to be
newer slangs, like more current.
That's an excellent point, because Ebonics is very interesting. I can speak in Ebonics, where family, you wouldn't know what the hell I'm saying probably, unless you're from South Florida. So you have broken English, right? You have patois. I believe I'm saying it right, patois, which is Jamaican. All it is broken English. So, but when you decide, when people start deciding, family, that this cultural crossroad, that when we decide we're American, Irish, you know what I mean, and we join forces, we're at a cultural crossroad. There's no way to know what's going to happen, but I can guarantee you, within the next 10 to 15 years, people will be recognizing themselves as American, I am an American, as opposed to being because we don't have first generation, second generation Americans anymore. Now we're looking at fourth, fifth, with shit. We're looking at, you understand? We're looking at generations now that are they're American, plain and simple, and that's what people need to recognize. Even in other countries, where are you from? I'm asking you right now. Probably a majority you are from America. Therefore, what are you? American. So, brothers and sisters, with that said, I just wanted to bring up how I feel about this. And I've been thinking about this a lot. And what do you think? You have anything to add?
I like culture, and I like seeing culture. What the real culture is like.
You just remind me of something. Go ahead.
It's cool to pick up on culture, and it's cool to
watch it. But I don't want to forget this. Mm-hmm. But just like patois and broken English, you're going to have new cultures coming. Like I said, we're at a cultural crossroads. There's no way it can stay the way it has been. So you're going to see things change, and you're going to see like black Americans, white Americans, or just American in general. That's what it's going to be. We're all one human race, and until we learn that, well, then we won't succeed. But with that said, brothers and sisters, this is our 7th podcast. And we're going to be diving deep. But with that said, brothers and sisters, here's the cultural crossroads. Now you understand what I'm saying. And it's going to be very interesting, to say the very least, because people are going to start identifying with, I believe, the land that they were born on. And you know what? to the black people, quit complaining about your ancestries being fucking slaves, because my ancestors were slaves in Ireland too. So get that shit straight. You are not the only slaves, slave race. Okay, it wasn't just African Americans. Okay, it was also the Black Irish, dude. White people were enslaving white people. This has been going on for fucking millions of years. So I don't want to hear shit about Black Lives Matter, because Black lives don't matter. All lives matter. With that said, may peace be with you.
And also with you.
We love you. And we love all races, but I had to get that point across. So with that said, brothers and sisters, you have a wonderful day. And I want to know down in the comments, and if you have not subscribed by now, please subscribe. But I do want to know in the comments how you feel about what I said about the cultural crossroads, and where do you think it's going. So peace, and you have a lovely day. Mwah. Peace.